Hey YouTube, Cine Steve back with another video. Let you know what I've been picking up and what I've been playing. I've had a real switch around in the room. Added a few more shelves, swapped all the games around as you can see. So the MegaDrive area has now turned into the Amiga area. And look, I've even got room on the shelves. They won't stay there, them controllers. I'm half tempted to bring my sort of C64 games down and chuck a few in there. First pickup being PSVR. It was just really cheap on Facebook Marketplace, so I couldn't say no to that. And I've got a couple of Move controllers with it. But I've got no games, I've barely played it. I will get round to it though. And then all the MegaDrive, what's left of it. I mean, obviously I've still got quite a few. I think I only sold about half the collection, but still kept a lot of the classics, the shooters and the games that I loved. And I've still got my modest Japanese MegaDrive collection. And as I say, Amiga is taking over quite a lot of the top shelves as well. This middle shelf, or sort of one down from the top, is occupied with a lot of Nintendo stuff going all the way across. I remember Tootie saying this ages ago about putting shelves all the way across, and that's sort of what I've done. I've ended up coming, like the old shelves would have ended probably about the middle of that cab I think, and I've just carried them through. Because those that remember when the Vulix came, I couldn't get into my Amiga section down here. Whereas, as I say, I've had a bit of a rejig, and now I've got the Outrun facing this way, the Astro City facing this way as well. It's tight, but you can get in there to play Outrun as normal, and obviously I've got room to get to my Amigas and that down there. But I haven't really been playing the consoles that much. I've been playing quite a lot of arcade games. The Robotron's been getting a bit of love. 1942's been getting a bit of love. Must admit, I haven't really been playing Golden Axe, but I did put that on earlier. Nightmare in the Dark on the old Neo Geo SD. Really cool game. I was playing a little bit of this over Halloween. I would have to come to it while it's not on its game screen though, wouldn't I? Come back to that one. And this is a fantastic bullet hell shooter, Crimson Clover. It's manic as hell, but it's really, really decent. Really impressed with that. Obviously Outrun, still getting a bit of love. I haven't played it that much in the last few weeks, I must admit. And same as Shinobi really. I've been playing a little bit, but not too much. I actually fixed the marquee light that had gone faulty. I don't know what it was. It felt like it was a bit of a dodgy connection for the starter, but it could have been the lamp as well. For some reason it was just a bit inconsistent. But the lamps are not cheap to bring them over from Japan, so I've ended up putting an LED in there, a warm LED, and wiring that in. Nothing too hacky. It can easily be put back to original. And there's a lovely darts machine that still gets a lot of love. I actually got my first legitimate 180 the other day. So I've had to cut down the display shelves. I haven't got too much on there to be honest at the moment. And say these shelves literally go all the way up to here. I'm actually half tempted to take them top two all the way round to the picture. I can then get a little bit more room in there as well. That goes all the way down now and round. Obviously still got a lot of Amiga games in here. But as I say, I've got pickups. Quite a lot of pickups on the go, to be honest. This I picked up from my good friend Phil, Nes for Life on the forums. He's done a buzz off mod, as well as a audio tap mod, as well as a BIOS mod. It's really cool. Look, if I switch this on, I mean, the first thing you can hear is no buzz, which is amazing. Cine Steve's Vectrex. How cool is that? and it still works off the original speaker, but also I've got let's say an audio tap. Obviously that's only temporary. I never like cables everywhere, but it is so cool. If I just pick a song quickly, go on to the jukebox. What do we want? So many tracks on here. Layla. But it's really cool. It's coming out the speakers behind. Obviously I can turn that up. So awesome. Really impressed. I don't know what that's coming across like on my microphone. Anyway, let's set the tripod up. I've got a bit of everything. I've got PS1, I've got PS2, I've got some Xbox 360 tap, quite a few Amiga I'm going to keep in this, modern, old, got a bit of everything. Let's crack on. Right, let's crack on with the pickups. Now, this is being filmed probably about a month after that first video you've just seen of the walk around, so I've actually got more pickups. But this might be the last pickups video in a while. I'm not picking up that much recently. I've got a lot of pickups here, but it's a good 3 months worth. And I've got a PS1 bundle. I've probably got about 20 Amiga games, a few Nintendo Switch games, PS4, some Xbox 360 tap, SNES and MegaDrive. There might even be a few other little bits laying around, but I'll just crack on with it because it's going to be quite a long video, but it's nearly Christmas, so a lot of people's going to be off, so like I say, if you've got enough time to watch it, then by all means. But I think I'm going to start with the newest and sort of work my way back. I think I'm going to start with Nintendo Switch. So first up, a game I still haven't played yet. I've probably had it about a good month, 6 weeks. It's Sisters Royale, a shooter. I believe it's from the same makers of Castle Shikigami. No screenshots on the back, which is a bit rubbish, but I will get this open over the Christmas period and give that a good go. That's from Strictly Limited Games. A nice postcard with it as well. But yeah, pretty cool, bit of a cute 'em up, I believe. But yeah, look forward to giving that a good go. Sticking with Switch, and another shooter, Ikaruga. Now, I don't even remember ordering this. I remember talking to Dal about it, and I sort of said, well, I've got it on the Dreamcast. I think I've got it on GameCube as well. I just don't really need it. I can even play it on my Vuelix. Yeah, but I've obviously ordered it. Don't remember. It was quite funny actually. I got, I think it was about 18 quid customs on this, because it was coming from America, and I'd ordered something else from America off eBay. And I'd actually paid the customs within eBay on that item, and when obviously I got something through the letterbox saying that I owed customs on an item from America, I got onto eBay being like, well, why have I got customs on this? This is ridiculous. But no, it was actually for this. So yeah, bit embarrassing really. But you get a model kit inside, Ikaruga model kit. I say I've got a bit of time over Christmas, so I'll give these a go. And but I love the artwork on Ikaruga. I mean, it's such a unique shooter. It's a mechanic I've never been able to really get on with and master, but I really want to, because I can't think of another shooter like it, to be honest. Sticking with Ikaruga, we've got the data discs. I promised everything in this pickups video is not going to be sealed. But yeah, really cool vinyl from Data Discs. I mean, I'm committed to Data Discs now. Anything that comes out, I'm going to be getting it. I mean, they only release about 4-5 vinyls a year at 20-25 quid. It will just go into the collection. And I do love my vinyl anyway, and they look stunning. They really do. So always a big fan of Data Discs vinyl. Let's sit that up against there. What next? Let's go on with PS4. A bit of a boring game that I don't think any of you guys will probably be interested in. and that's PGA 2K21. It's not too bad. I was actually playing this, it was like a predecessor to this with some tubers, Gashead and You've Been Gamed, Lee. I absolutely battered them, to be honest. They were absolute rubbish at it, but I love a golf game. I've been playing golf games for years, and the mechanics are pretty similar to a lot of other golf games I've played, especially like the Tiger Woods series. But this is, as I say, it's like a successor to the Golf Club, which came out I think a couple of years ago, and that's what we was playing. And as I say, this is very similar. And to be honest, it's actually, I think it's quite easy. I know usually a lot of these like golf games, you sort of make them as easy as hard as you want to make them by turning off obviously all the assists. But yeah, it's all right. I don't know. I know you can sort of build your own courses. I haven't got into all that yet, but I've just been going through the tour. No, I'm enjoying it. I do like a good golf game. I've been playing a lot of golf this year anyway. So yeah, really been enjoying that. Sticking with PS4, now this I picked up, when did I grab these? Again, probably about 2-3 months ago. It was a Facebook Marketplace pickup, and two series I've never really, well, one series I've never played at all, and another series I remember getting back in the day for the Dreamcast, and it was a bit too slow for my liking. I didn't really get into it, but 20 years on, I'm a little bit older, and yeah, hopefully I can sort of get immersed in them. And it being Shenmue 1 and 2, and I've still got the Dreamcast games. Again, another franchise I know that Dale loves. I know he loves all these games. he raves on about them, and that's what we do, isn't it? We made so many friends on YouTube, and it becomes so influential because they're your mates. Do you know what I mean? And even back in the day, you want to play what your mates are playing. So I'm definitely going to give the Shenmues a go, and Shenmue 3 as well. And these were so cheap. I think, how many games have I got here? Obviously both them Shenmue games, and I've got 3 games from this franchise as well, this series. No idea actually what order they go in. I imagine this will be the first lot, and it's the Yakuza series. Now this is the remastered collection. Actually it's 3, 4 and 5, so maybe I'll have to start at the beginning and go with 1 and 2. I'm guessing, what would they have been on? PS2 would they have been on? As I say, it's a franchise I know nothing about, and this is why this video is being filmed later than when I done the walk round, because I was talking about these games and didn't have an absolute clue, and I found myself like boring myself. But yeah, Yakuza 6, this one I thought was quite cool. It's got like an art book, and as I say, for all these I'm sure it was about 40 quid, something like that. And it's supposed to be an awesome series. I've really got to just get immersed in them. It looks really cool. And then this next one, it's actually the steelbook of Yakuza Kiwami 2. I probably just butchered that, but look at that. Look at the artwork. It looks fantastic. And it's like all the discs, everything about these were absolutely minty, like barely looked touched. So yeah, I know you can put a lot of hours into these games, and there's still a lot of games I've still got to get into, but I'm not going anywhere, I hope. So there you go. So about 40 quid, about 2.5 months ago. I didn't think I could go wrong, to be honest. And keeping with Dal, he gave me this a while back, and I'm 99% sure I didn't show it, which is unlike me. I felt quite ungrateful. But we was talking about this game. I get the soundtrack of it, Akami, and he said the soundtrack, the whole sort of game is absolutely stunning. And I said, yeah. I said I've got it on the Wii. I think it was only like on my modded Wii, on the hard drive, and he was like, "No, you've got to own this one, Steve." And he dug it out and gave it to me. So thanks a lot for that, Dale. Really, really grateful. Really didn't have to do that, and I can't believe what I've done. Right, onto the 360 tat now. Now this is a biggie. I know some of my Eagle Eye viewers noticed it in my last video. Dylan, Craig's here again, Dal noticed it as well. And it's the Cave Shooting Collection on the 360. Now I've got all these on my JTAG, but I don't know, it's just something I really wanted. I mean, I do find a lot of my pickups, especially anything sort of newer, are usually shooters. I mean, that is sort of the way the collection's going, I think, now with shoot 'em ups. But it's a fantastic bit of kit. This is the first release, which came with the soundtracks, and the soundtracks are still sealed. I know some people try and ask sort of 200-300 quid just for the soundtracks on their own, because it didn't come, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't come with the second release. I believe you only got that when I think you pre-ordered with Amazon Japan. But what you don't get with the first release is Side Dioju, Dodonpachi Side Dioju, which I've got running on here. But yeah, you've got, what is it? I think it's about 11 games in here. 10 are physical. I believe Gawanga only got a download. So you only got, I'm sure it's in here somewhere, but you've got a, yeah, here it is. I'm sure that's Gawanga right there, which wouldn't be valid anymore, but I've got it on the JTAG. Let's put this down before I drop it all and just run you through it quickly. So these are all the discs, obviously. Again, correct me if I'm wrong about any of this stuff, but I believe all the DLCs on the discs. So again, I'm not worried about servers going down or anything like that. But yeah, it's really cool. I've wanted it for the longest of times, and I actually got offered, in fact I think that might be the DLC, I could be wrong, but my good friend Monster Mug, he offered me his one, but his was the second release without the soundtracks, and this one came up not too long after. So, and it was from a guy called John, who I've spoken to quite a lot since. Really nice fella, Dojon Pachi. I'll link his Instagram, because he's got a lot of nice stuff. Loves his shooters as well. But with this as well, you get all the, like, the playthroughs on DVD from expert players. So you got Ikaruga 2. I will just put these back in the box. Akai Katana, and obviously these are all the games that are in the pack. This is Dodonpachi Daifukatsu, Black Label. And this is just Daifukatsu. Then we've got Mushihime Sama 1.5, that's the Futari. Then we've got Decimal's 2. Should have had that on in the background. That's Christmas, set at Christmas. And then the original Decimal's. So yeah, they're all like the playthroughs, and you've also got official guidebooks in here. Ikaruga 2, Mushihime Sama. I believe there's another little one in here as well, somewhere. Oh, so that's and this is all sealed as well. All these are sealed. The only thing that's been opened are the games themselves. But yeah, fantastic box sets. You struggle getting it in this sort of condition, I think, for a decent price. So as I say, they're not cheap. But with the 360 and the Super Emotion I've got, it's a great way to play it. So let's put that on there. Yeah, well happy with that, John. Massive thanks for selling it to me. Let's just put them on in there. Right, what on to next? So moving on from 360 now on to PS1. I'm not going to dwell on the PS1 pickups too long, because again, a lot of these games I know nothing about. It was literally a 20 quid pickup, Facebook Marketplace. No idea what I'm keeping yet. I've got an idea, but yeah, let's just go through them. So we've got Soul Reaver. Quite cool lenticular cover on this. Don't know if you can see that. Let's put them up this side, shall I? FIFA 99. Won't dwell on that too much, even though I love a bit of Dennis Bergkamp. FIFA 2000. This is probably a keeper. Resident Evil Survivor. I wouldn't mind getting all the Resident Evil series on the PS1. And all these are complete as well. They've all got manuals. Apocalypse. Tomb Raider 2. Tony Hawk Skateboarding. This is one I might keep as well. Used to quite like them back in the day. Another one I might keep. Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. Again, another series I quite like, and I've actually got, I'm sure I've got all the Crash Bandicoots, but this one I've got classic. In fact, quite a few of them are classic on the classic label, so I'll keep that one and get rid of the classic. Le Mans 24 Hours. Sure, I had that on the Dreamcast at one point. Resident Evil 2. Again, probably another keep. I'll probably keep that franchise. Another keeper. I can't believe I didn't own this one. Ridge Racer Type 4. Really early game. Oh, it's not that early. Mission Impossible. Dino Crisis. Again, Mike, I don't know whether to keep that one or not. I know it's quite highly rated. I do quite like Capcom. Knockout Kings. This is a game I don't own, and we had a lot of fun with it back in the day. It's Driver. Don't know how that's aged. Might run quite slow now. Gran Turismo 2. Wipeout 2097. Another game I used to like as well. Used to like the Wipeout series. Absolutely wowed by that when it came out. And then last one, Colin McRae Rally on the Classics label. So yeah, for 20 quid, I'm going to pick them up all day long. As I say, I'm not picking up much recently, but if it's still like that comes out, I'm going to grab it all day long. Right, sort of sticking with PS1. It's a PS1 classic, in my opinion, and I got it on vinyl. Vib Ribbon. It's a really short soundtrack. Those that don't remember Vib Ribbon, it's just like a rhythm game, really. It's all like vector graphics. I really think somebody should try and port this to the Vectrex. I think it'd be awesome. And yeah, so it's basically just a rhythm game, and you can actually use your own CDs, your own music, put them in there, and obviously it just takes the beats and puts all the obstacles in the way. But yeah, I had no idea what this. It was just something I saw on eBay. I think it was about 20, 25 quid, something like that, on white vinyl. And it was all sealed. I've actually unsealed this and played this, believe it or not. But yeah, really, really cool thing to have. I do like myself a bit of Vib Ribbon. And when I saw that, yeah, I just couldn't turn it down. So yeah, really, really cool. Let's get that back in there. where am I going to stand this? Let's see if I can chuck it at the back there without knocking everything down. Is that going to work? Yeah, that works quite well. Moving, what am I going to move on to now? So what have I got left? I've got SNES, Mega Drive and Amiga. Well, I'll go with SNES. Let's go with SNES and then Amiga, and then I'll let you all get back to your Christmas dinner. These are really just a few box up, well, but yeah, sort of box upgrades if you like. First being Super Bomberman 2. Now, the one I had, I say was pretty bad. I'll chuck a picture in. And there was a guy on one of the Facebook groups selling this and the next box, and also Amiga boxes. And I took like what I wanted off him. I think it was working out around £5 a box. Although this one I believe was a tenner because I ended up adding it on afterwards. But yeah, it's in really nice nick. There's a little bit of I wouldn't say ripply. It's nice down this edge. This edge had a bit of a crease to it, but I've got the worst of it out. But so if you'd seen my other box, yeah, it was in atrocious condition. Now, this one I've got 4 games. What games have I got? I've got Super Metroid, Yoshi's Island, Super Mario World 2, and Zombies. Zombies Ate My Neighbours, and this one just in a universal game case with like the art. I printed the art, but I've wanted to sort of upgrade them to box versions, and this is a must. Again, how this has not been in my collection boxed, I have no idea. And it's obviously Super Mario World, and this is the red box, and the box is really nice. I get a bit of edge wear along there actually. That's the worst part of it. I haven't even got an iron on that yet. I think I will do, and that side as well. But it's honest, so yeah, can't complain with that. Again, for that ended up costing me £5 of that box. I think that was worth it all day long because I already had, let's say, the manual and the cart. So yeah, that's my SNES. That's my SNES done. Right, onto Mega Drive. This is quite a big one as well. I had 3 things on my list when I sold the Mega Drive. Sort of a bit of the Mega Drive collection, or nearly half of it. And it was going to be Japanese shooters, obviously the Xbox 360 shooters, and this was probably going to be the biggest hitter of Japanese Mega Drive shooter I wanted, and it's Twinkle Town. Now I told old Dojon Pachi when I went down to grab the 360 collection that this is one I really wanted, and I was eyeing up his one. And after that he was sending me links. Anytime he saw it, he'd send me a link, and I ended up, let's say, getting this not the worst price. I think it was about $3.50 all in, and it's all complete, all in pretty nice condition. I say pretty nice. The cart has been opened at some point to verify the PCB. So yeah, it's given a crease in the label, which I suppose peace of mind's there. I suppose if it hasn't damaged it too much, and I know it's genuine, unless they opened it up to put a fake one in. I doubt it though. But yeah, Twinkle Tower. It's a really cool game. I'll put some gameplay in the corner. It's sort of the Mega Drive's equivalent of Pocky and Rocky. But yeah, really, really cool game, and a nice addition to my humble Japanese Mega Drive collection. Right, what have we got now? It's going to be all Amiga. Those that are not interested in Amiga, you can switch off. What have I got here? I've only got about 20 games. Some of them upgrade, so I'm going to sort of scoot past them quite quickly. But first up, we've got Stun Runner, Hit Squads, Big Game Owl. What a legend! I believe he got hold of Paul, Mr. Bads, see if he wanted this, and Paul, I believe, sent him my way because Paul knows that I'm sort of going for all the Hit Squad small boxes, and I'm doing all right. Again, I'll put a little screenshot of how many I've got in there. I think there's not many left, probably about 7 or 8 left of the Hit Squad. So massive thanks, Al. Didn't have to do that, but yeah, very grateful addition. Right, this next Amiga pickup's really cool. I've been really impressed with this. I showed Barbarian from the same guy, Angelo, from Retro Phase, and he's brought out Tiny Bobble. Basically, this was a remake of Bubble Bobble on the Amiga. Loads of changes. It's 50 frames per second now rather than 25. There's 32 colours instead of 16. It's a bigger screen as well, more animations. It's almost, I believe it's an arcade perfect port of Bubble Bobble on the Amiga from Abyss. And I believe Angelo got the permission to put this in one of his own sort of homemade boxes. I've got quite a nice little collection of his boxes now. I'll put a little run through of the games I've got. But he does such a great job. I mean, you've got like the velvet backing on here. You've got the bookmark, the postcard, the poster in here as well. He really packs them out. He does a brilliant job with them, and obviously the disc as well, which is in my Amiga at the moment. So yeah, fantastic. Really impressed with that. It's a great job. Right, next up, where should we go? Let's go with Psygnosis, I reckon. So this is again part of the collection, Triad one. There's only one Psygnosis game on here, it's a compilation, but I've got the other two compilations, Triad Volume 2 and 3. So that one had to go in the collection as well. Now this next pickup is another Psygnosis compilation. Not in the best condition, but I knew all this before buying it. It was actually off my Villa brother at Old School Variety Face, and it's Mega Mix. Really tough one to get on the Amiga, and as I say, it's in pretty poor condition. But I know if I can get an outer sleeve, because the rest of it's not too bad. It's got all the discs, all the manuals in there. Because I know that one went on eBay for around, I think it was just over 100 quid. I mean, I believe one of the manuals was missing, and I don't think you'd really struggle to get it because I think it's like a joint manual. I think it's for Leander and Agony or Leander and Orc. I know there's like a double manual in there, but it all works. So all manuals are in there, so I just picked it up because it's a real tough one to get, and there's not many more Psygnosis games I'm after, so pretty happy with that. And so would look to upgrade the sleeve at some point when it comes up. Pretty tough one to get, as I say. The next one, Innocent Until Caught. This was an eBay purchase. I think, again, usually a game that goes for around 40-50 quid. I got this for about 35 posted. Point and click, apparently. Not my sort of game, really, but again, I'm getting to the end of the line with the Psygnosis games. And last but not least, but for Psygnosis, is Benefactor. Now this is a really highly rated game. A game I've already got on floppy. I actually got it from Big Mike over a year ago, but it was the floppy game in the CD32 box. So this is obviously the floppy box, and now I've got two lots of the games on floppy, so I want the disc only. I don't know if it came in like a dual case with like a printed sleeve. I'm not sure. I'm sure Mr. Bads could help me on that one, because there is actually one on eBay at the moment, but I think it's about 30 quid, which I suppose the game goes for about 80 quid altogether, so under half price for the for just the disc might not be the worst deal. I don't know, we'll see. But I'd say there's no sleeve to it. I think it's just like in like a sleeve, nothing printed. What to next? Let's go with box upgrades. Really happy with this actually, because it's one of my favourite games on the Amiga, and my one had a big bow in the case, and I actually bought this for, I think it's 50 quid off, again, Facebook Marketplace. The guy didn't have a clue. I think he started getting more offers, but I offered him, I think, 40 quid. Then he come back and said, I think he said yes, yep, that's fine. And then obviously somebody offered him a bit more, and he was like, look, somebody's offered me a bit more. Would you match it? I was like, yeah. And I think it was 50 quid. And it's Apidia. But the box is really, really nice. I say my one had a bow to it. And I actually put mine on eBay and I think it sold for about 80 quid, something like that. So yeah, I ended up making 30 quid and getting a lovely box upgrade out of it. And sticking with box upgrades, I showed both these games. I'll just skim over these a bit. But I showed both these games on my last Amiga pickup. Virocop. Look at this box. It's so weird how, again, it was another Facebook Marketplace. No, it wasn't. It was eBay. And there was about 10 games, but 5 of them were box onlys. This being one of them. And those, again, those who remember my last pickups video. I got Traps and Treasures. And it had a crease along the top. But look, you can see these have both come from the same seller with the prices on them. £5 and a £5. It would have been nice to get them for £5, wouldn't it? They weren't cheap on eBay. The guy obviously knew a few bits. He'd done a bit of research. I believe for all 10 games, bearing in mind I say 5 of them were only boxes, I think it was the best part of 90 quid, something like that. And I sort of rushed over and got them. Because I mean, Traps and Treasures now is going for well over 100 quid. Obviously, being just an empty box, I haven't even put. I say it was an empty box. It did have the manual in there, so I'm looking for some discs. And for some reason, I put the empty box up in the loft, and I've left the discs in there, so I'm going to have to dig that one back out to get the game out. But yeah, really, really happy with that box upgrade. Both of them, because the Virocop one was knackered. Again, sticking with Amiga, because the rest are Amiga. Facebook Marketplace, and this was somebody who worked for a charity selling loom, and this was in really nice condition. As I say, I can't really fault it. Everything's in there, because I'd love to get. It's a really highly rated game. I get another point and click, but there's got to be something in them. People love them. And this has got the cassette, the 3D glasses are in there. Everything's in there. And again, I think it was like 40 quid, something like that. And again, I'm pretty sure, chuck it on eBay, you'd get double. But I want all the Lucasfilm games. Zack McCracken's not going to be cheap. I ended up selling the one I bought a few months back because it was pretty shoddy condition. The discs in there were like the budget discs. So I will end up getting it at some point. What next? Let's go with some of the medium box games. Not sure I've had this quite a while. I'm not sure if I showed it, but it's Gem-X. It's a puzzle game. This is definitely the oldest pickup, and I'm not sure if I showed it. But it's from the same developer, that Kaiko, as who developed Apidia, I believe. I'm sure it was them. 99% sure it was Kaiko developed it. But you just don't see. I mean, Apidia and Gem-X, very sort of Japanese inspired artwork. So yeah, if I've showed that, I do apologise. I'm running out of room for these. Now, as part of the Sega collection, Super Wonder Boy, published by Activision. It's not too bad actually. I'll put some gameplay on it. I thought there was a little bit of a delay in the controls. Frame rate's pretty slow, but it's quite highly rated. I say it's highly rated. I'm sure it's around the 7.5 mark on Lemon Amiga. Anything above 7 I think is worth getting, in my opinion. The artwork is so bad, it's good, in my opinion. But yeah, I do love Sega games, so again, I think there's only about five or six left to get. That being one of them, which you'd think would be quite easy to get hold of, but doesn't come up as often as you might think. Next up, Ocean game, again, not many ocean games left to get. Really rare on the hit squad, I believe, for Spectrum, and it's Darkman. A game I don't know too much about, if I'm honest. It doesn't actually look too bad. I like the artwork on it. I don't believe it's a great game though, because without being big-headed, I think if it was that good, I probably would have played it by now on the Amiga. But I'll give it a go, because I could be wrong. I've been wrong a lot of times before. Next up, I was really happy with this one actually. I was watching one of these that went for over 100 quid, and I've never seen it go for that much before. And then within a week, it came up with 2 other games, Gloom and something else, with 40 quid by it now. And it's Lionheart. Stunning game this is. It's not, the sleeve isn't in the best condition. I haven't ironed it yet, but like the edges are sort of sticking up a bit. I should get an iron on it really, iron it flat. But it's a stunning game, because the actual box and everything's for it's really nice. It's just that sleeve. You can't, it looks just like a black box, but there's like an embossed, everything's in here. I already had a set of discs for it, so I've actually got 2 sets of discs. The manual, again, I know I've got a spare manual in the loft in nice condition, probably nicer than this one actually. This one's got a few creases where it's obviously been played. And it's got loads of bloody bubble wrap and crap in there as well. Let's get rid of all that rubbish. But yeah, fantastic looking game, like an action platformer. I'll definitely chuck some gameplay in the top corner. It's a stunning looking game, really is. I believe it's sort of part of a trilogy. I think it is anyway. I know you've got Amber Moon and Amber Star from the same developers. Is it sort of part of the same game? I'm not sure, because I think this has got RPG elements. I believe Amber Star and Amber Moon are both RPGs. We're going to stand this up somewhere. I'm running out of room. We're going to have to cover Diojo. Next up, let's go with the dual cases, because they won't take as much room, but I've only got 4 games left now. First up, another ocean game, Eco. Really weird game this. Again, never played it, but I've seen some screenshots, I've seen some gameplay of it. Could probably do with a new case actually, it's got a bit of a crack on that. But again, another game that's pretty tough for the Amiga to get on. You can see it's labelled up Amiga there, because I thought it was an Atari ST one, and I thought, I wonder if I could sort of do a bit of a case swap, but no, it's all printed on there. But no, Eco came up, I think it was about 20 quid, something like that, 20, 25 quid. I think there's only about 3 or 4 ocean games I'm after now. Then we've got this game. This came in a bundle. In fact, these next 2 dual cases, I believe, came from the same seller, but about a month apart. This was I remember playing this a lot on the C64. I know my brother always quite liked it, but it was quite funny to watch, even though since I've never really played. There's been a lot of games like it since, like sort of things like Sims, but I would say this is probably one of the first games like that in its genre, and it's Little Computer People. Now this is on the Mastertronics, like the budget label, but I don't think in the UK it got a full release. I believe in America it did. You can get like a big box, but not in the UK, I don't think. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone that might know. But yeah, really cool little Sims game. Obviously really primitive, but I played it on the Amiga and I didn't really see many differences from the C64, to be honest. Now this was a box only. In fact, no, it was an inlay only. I had to supply the case for it, but I already had the disc. Now, I've seen this game, again, go up to about 50, 60 quid. And I got the disc in a bundle years ago. It doesn't owe me anything. Obviously, dual cases. I've got plenty of cases everywhere. The inlay cost me a £5. So, yeah, bundle it all together. And I've got a really early Amiga Shooter Sidewinder. And it's not too bad actually. I did slag it off. I put it on the Amiga collectors group and said it's pretty dreadful, and got ripped a bit. But they was like, no, stick with it. It's pretty good. And to be fair, it's not too bad. But I mean, what was it, 1988? I think this game. It's not too bad. Apparently the sequel's like absolute shocking. I wouldn't mind getting the sequel, to be honest, but really happy to add Sidewinder. Pretty much for a £5. Yeah, happy with that. Now, last but not least, let's say, I know it's been a long video. It's going to take ages to edit. Made so many mistakes. But I remember Eddie talking about this game years ago. Well, probably, definitely over a year ago. And I'd never heard of it. And then when I looked into it, I realised it was an arcade port, but not a direct arcade port. But it's called Evil Garden. And I love that artwork. This was the game actually that came from America I was talking about. That I did pay customs on and didn't get charged again. But it's a Centipede clone. And actually, again, not sure how true it is, but I remember going on Hall of Light and it said like there was a fact on this game that they did a competition, like everyone that had registered it could enter a high score competition for the Centipede arcade cabinet. Not sure how true that is. I'm sure that the only place I read that was on Hall of Light. But yeah, it's not too bad. Again, I don't think Lemon Amiga really rated it. The colours are a little bit garish, but I really liked it because it's a little bit like it controls with a mouse. So theoretically you're using a trackball, albeit upside down. But it's got power-ups, so it's a little bit like Arkanoids as well, where you sort of get weapon power-ups. I recommend anyone to check it out and give it a really good go. Really decent game. But that's it. I've run out of room, I really have. Hope everyone has a really good Christmas, first and foremost. I know we've had a really shit year. I mean, I'm in tier 4, so I'm not really going to see much of the family. Alex, I hope you're watching and I hope your operation has gone really well. Pretty sure you'll be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel now, and hopefully when we get all this shit out of the way, virus out of the way, hopefully we'll have plenty of arcade meets. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. It's been long enough, but yeah, have a great Christmas, have a great New Year, and I'll catch up with you soon. Take care, YouTube.